Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another What's Up Wednesday. Yes, another week has flown by, OMG, and summer's just about over. I hope we're not going to get rained out. I got this little notification that it's starting to rain. I am outside clearly, and hopefully it doesn't have a downpour. All my electronics are out here. Thank you for joining What's Up Wednesday. My name is Scott. If we're meeting for the first time, appreciate you joining the live stream tonight and or watching the replay. Welcome to Go Small, Live Large, my YouTube channel about the travel camper van experience. And that's what the topic tonight is about. And we're going to say hi to some folks here in just a few minutes. We got some regulars here, which is just great. And the sun came out to kind of give me some better lighting, which is perfect timing. Thank you, God, for doing amazing things every day. It's truly a miracle, van life. It is. Hey, we got a fun show for you tonight. This is really kind of a community discussion tonight. I need to thank Mason Mike for bringing this topic forward. Chrome and Cruz the dog out of Van City Van Life up in Canada posted some content about this, and we're going to discuss that tonight. Is van life over on YouTube? I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to give you some statistics, and I want to get your feedback because it's super important for me to keep this dream going, and you are my inspiration. We also got Libation Live. We are going to sample some merchandise by the first guy to make bourbon to char oak barrels. How cool is that? And we got a country rock song for you tonight because I just saw him in concert as part of Van Life, which is pretty amazing. So we got a fun show for you tonight. Again, this is our big topic. Is Van Life over? Is the hype over, more importantly? And it's going to be a community discussion. And our Libation Live tonight comes at you is Elijah Craig. He was the man that invented charring oak barrels to give bourbon whiskey a distinct flavor. So that's going to be our Libation Live tonight. Clearly, I've hit the bottle just a little bit over the last week or so. It's pretty good. I got to tell you, this is the rye version. I'm just so glad to have you here. For me, this is like my Friday night. And it's just always a great joy to have you here. But it's all about your questions as well. So if you are new to the program, type in NEW, and we want to give you a shout out. And if you're watching the replay and are new to the program, new to the channel, be sure and put NEW so we can give you a shout out. And because this is really all about you. I don't do this for any particular glory. We just want to help people be better travelers in their vans in particular. Here's some topics. Let me zoom in here for you. Again, if you're kind of new to the program, any of these or really anything on your mind is fair game tonight. We're running off of Verizon, which is parked behind me. I think it's going to be strong enough. It's been pretty good for the last hour, so even that kind of stuff's on top of mind. Viewer recommendations. I'm getting some good stuff, some good van tips, and we're going to restart those in September. I'm really excited about that. And if you have a tip, you get a little ring in the jingle jar, and that helps elevate your super chat question or comment for all of us to see, and we'll be sure to get it answered, and it puts a few dollars in the Go Small Live Large bank account because YouTube isn't paying what it used to. Kind of the point tonight a little bit. So do appreciate your tips, and of course if you want to go to my website, there's a form you can fill out to get really kind of in depth in much greater fashion there. So go to GoSmallLiveLarge.com, and there's a What's Up Wednesday tab, and you can fill out the form there for me and just start an email dialogue, which would be just wonderful. Where am I coming at you from? I am back in Ypsilanti, Michigan, which is outside of Detroit. I'm at the KOA. I came back. We'll explain that at the end of the show as part of the song of the week, but I decided to stay for a week. Why? So I can get some work done, and this is actually pretty good. That's my campsite you're looking at right there. That's what's lake behind me, and it's really fun people. They actually have really good Wi-Fi until everybody checks in and then goes to crap. But I can go to the store, and it's actually very good there. So I'm able to get some work done. And if you're not familiar with Ypsilanti, this is where it is. It's outside of Detroit. Let me zoom in here for you. And I want to give a shout out to Dan, who's my neighbor. He just rolled in a couple of minutes ago, and he's been a long-time viewer since October 2018. So it's a shout out to Dan. Hopefully you're watching, sir. But that's where the KOA is, and if you're in the area, it's really convenient to downtown Detroit. It's about a half hour, but you're really in this lovely, lovely setting. I get nothing for me talking about it, and it's a beautiful summer evening. Pretty hot in the California, Arizona area, and it was a really warm day today. It cools down at night, which is perfect, but it's still fairly humid. So I'm actually keeping the AC on. but it's kind of cooling down. I would say just a tad. What do you think? Last week we shared from the same area, and I'm happy to say that the lowest price is the same on gas. This is Gas Buddy, the app. And if you're not using that, you'll want to use that app to find gasoline. There's a 34 cent spread, which is not much, and the highest price has gone down by 10 cents since last week. And real estate prices are about the same. So that's where we are with that. And yep, Ypsilanti. And I'm going to be doing a camper van travel guide. It is the cutest town with so much cool stuff to do. That's my whole mission on Friday is to record that, and then we'll get it edited. I'm just all on a mission to put out more content as part of this whole YouTube channel thing. So let's find out where you're coming in from, and we always like to give a shout out to folks, and we got some folks in here that we just love to give a recognition to. So here's Antonio. Good to see you, sir. He's been ready for a few minutes. We got Ohio Sharon, where gas has come down 81 degrees. Here's a Tease. Good to see you from South Dakota. Love South Dakota. Can't wait to get here's Mason Mike in the house. Costco regular 359. Gas is definitely coming down, which is really great. And Nancy is coming at us from Colorado. Apparently 287. Wow. I can't wait to get to 250 a gallon again. That's just this. It makes everything so much easier, right? Happier. Denham's in the house. Good to see you from Georgia. And Live Free or Die, good to have you here. Yeah, West Coast stuff. It's always higher. Here's Minneapolis, Minnetonka, recovering from COVID. Stephen, hope you're pulling through, sir. Crush that virus, please. And Quilter for Charity, Robin, Huntsville, Texas. Thank you for joining. Appreciate that. And here's Dale from San Diego, $4.79. Well, at least it's below $5. That's pretty cool. And I think I saw Sherry in here. Let's give a shout out to Sherry. Let's see, here's Steve. He's quarantining in his driveway in his Bolt. Now, there's a way to beat COVID. Just hang out in your van. So great. Thank you for sharing that. Here's Indy David. Thank you, sir, for being here. We're going to get to our topic here in just a minute, so stand by. There she is. There's Sherry. Happy Wednesday, Sherry. Always good to see you. Appreciate that. She's just the most amazing gal. And she just celebrated her anniversary with her Embassy RV, a Dolphin on a ProMaster van. So congratulations for having your van for a year already. It just flies, doesn't it? For those of you that waited for a year and then you get it, it just flies by when you find out how much fun your van is and how it can just changes your life for sure. So again, if you're new to the program, here we got Larry in the house. Good to see you, sir. Appreciate that. AR's in the house. Here's Mark. So it's totally fine for you to chat amongst yourselves. And that's what this is all about. We are a community of van folks, van travelers, whether you're still kind of curious or you have a van or one on order. It's really the Go Small, Live Large community. So I'm not necessarily the sage on the stage. So just fine for y'all to talk amongst yourselves. Here's Gilbert in the house from Jacksonville, Florida. April's in the house, Albuquerque. Olaf from I have to admit, April, now this may offend you. I apologize, but I have to admit I prefer Santa Fe and Las Vegas, New Mexico, just slightly more than Albuquerque, although a fine town you have there. Here's Mark in the house. The bottle looks just fine. We're going to be hitting that maybe a little early tonight. It's been a long week. Here's Kathy. Just a lot of regulars. Ken, good to see you. Gainesville, Florida, one of my favorite Florida cities. Frank and Sharon in the house. They too have an Embassy RV. Recovering from COVID. Oh my gosh. And you guys are in the in Oregon, right? So you have the Adventure Van Expo next week. I'm going to be going to that in Chattanooga here in just a couple months. Paige in the house. Walt, good to see you, sir. Berkshire's enjoy these Wednesdays get together. Yeah, me too. It's coming Friday night. I got a special day tomorrow. We'll talk about that, I think, when we get to that point. Jerry Minchy wants to know where am I going to be this winter. Good question. Florida, probably for the holidays, and then bouncing out of there fairly fast. Traveling across the South, wintering out in my favorite states of I don't know. We'll get to Texas probably, but I'm going to try and get out of Florida earlier this year. Gilbert, look at this guy. Wow. He is a big spender. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate your tip. It makes a big difference, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Question is, how many times over the last 3 years have you wanted to give up on your channel, and what kept you going? That is a perfect question for tonight. That may be a segue. Um, but we'll answer it because you did the, let me get this off screen here for you. And that'll just about do it for we want to hit our van events. But let me answer your question since you put a big tip in the jar. Jingle in the jar. Appreciate that. So my channel started before I even had a van. It started really in July of 2018, maybe even before that. I think it was March of 18 was my first postings. I really didn't get serious about it. And I frankly, at the beginning, probably the first year, I had really big aspirations. I went to the Super Show for the first time, and I was going to have 10,000 subscribers that first year. I think I made it to 1,000. But I didn't care what the numbers were because I knew it was going to be a long game. But I've wanted more growth so I could reach more people so that I could quit my job. And that was the big thing for me because I always wanted to go full time. How many times the last 3 years wanted to give up on your channel? Probably no less than 6. And I'm kind of going through that season right now. And I'm glad we are talking about this tonight because it's really, really hard. It's a ton of work. I think most people don't realize how much work this is. And when the views are actually going down, even van tour video views are going down, that impacts the money. It impacts my mood. It impacts more hours going in with less results. It impacts fewer people seeing the content. So this is why it's a really relevant topic, I think, tonight. So I had a bummed out session last spring. I think it was in June. I took a whole month off. I didn't do anything YouTube wise. And I've been thinking about doing that again, but I'm doubling down on YouTube. Why? Because I meet so many of you on the road, and that's what's kept me going, is so many of you. We're going to share some of that tonight. But yeah, as I've gotten no corporate income since September of 2021, this is the way I make money, is YouTube. And it's not a ton. It takes a lot of work. So by the hourly rate, it's probably 10 cents an hour I'm making. Fortunately, I have 2 partners, Volta and Embassy, that are kind of paying the bills right now, which is awesome. But this whole topic has really given me a new boost of why I'm doing this. And as I meet folks like Dan in the spot next to me, it really just is an explanation point on why I keep doing this. Because I don't have to have the biggest channel. I just want an awesome audience, which I have, and help dreams come true. That's really what it's about for me. So thank you, Gilbert, for that. Thanks, Gilbert, for the tip, man. Appreciate that. That's so great. So here's a question here. Then we'll get into some more stuff here in just a minute. So yeah, so Gilbert, you just got your National Park Edition. That's what NPE stands for. Let us know how you're doing with your van, and is Volta just the game changer you thought it would be or not? I'd be very curious about that. Mesa Mike, look at this guy. Thank you, sir, for the tip. Appreciate that. You are the van bro for sure. Thanks. Keep putting out that awesome content. Finish the Route 66 content, please. I'm missing those traveling. Yeah, I'm working on these things. Yes, sir, is all I have to say. Yes, sir, we are getting there. Let's see. Kim's just up the road in Flat Rock, Michigan, which is great. And here's Brian, got a super sticker. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. That goes a long way. Really appreciate the help and your super sticker there. Appreciate that. All right, let's shift gears here just a tad, and let me talk about some van events, because I know some of you are coming to see vans. You're coming to see me, which would be amazing. We have a Hershey RV Show meetup at the General RV booth. Let me zoom in here for you, in the Toronto booth on Saturday, September 17, 11 a.m. I'm super pumped. I've been working with this team over the last month, and I'm pretty impressed at how right-minded they are for being such a large operation. Can't say that about everybody, but I'm really excited. They're excited to have us be in their booth as well. Then Adventure Van Expo, I talked about this. Going to be in Chattanooga, October 3 on a Sunday, 11 a.m. We're going to meet up in the Rover Vans booth. And if I know there's several of you that are planning on joining me, which is great. You can camp out overnight. Go to the adventurevanexpo.com and get all the information there. It's not super expensive, and Chattanooga is just an amazing town. I'm really, really pumped for that. Talk about guests. Again, if you're kind of new to the program, we got the CEO of Harvest Host, Joel's coming on the show here in just a few weeks. And Volta, Jack Johnson, co-founder, CTO of Volta, is coming on to answer lithium questions October 12th. Super pumped for that. And this is kind of a big one for those of you that are interested in really innovative vans. This is Embassy RV. We're doing a YouTube live this Saturday, 3 p.m. Central. They're going to be revealing a new van that's been made special for Silver Belly whiskey. And if you're not familiar with that, maybe the name Alan Jackson, country singer star, has been working with Terry and the team. And Terry's going to reveal the van they built special for Alan Jackson and his brand of whiskey, Silver Belly, which is the name, the color of his hat. That's where that comes from. So it's going to be a very short Q&A live and a live van reveal this Saturday because they've got a whole agenda with Alan Jackson in concert. So if you're van curious, I have not seen the van myself, and he's put a lot of color in it, which is a little unusual for the Embassy team. So join us for that, please. 3 p.m. Central this Saturday. It's going to be great. Really proud of that team for doing something a little bold for Terry and the team. What can we say? It's so great. And if you have a guest suggestion, I've gotten some good ones from you. We're trying to work on those, and I've got guests we've been in talks with to get them on the show. So that's what's coming up. Hey, if you're having a good day, give us a thumb up. Sure appreciate that. If you're having a crappy day, give us a thumb up. That'll just make you feel better right away. Wow, we got a big crowd here tonight. Okay, so let's go. I think the next thing we want to talk about is, so let's talk about this. Let me share some information with you. So again, we want to give a big shout out to Mason Mike. He watches Chrome, Bed City Vanlife, the Vanlife guy up in Canada. Love that guy. If I'm having a bad day, he's the one I go to kind of perk me up a little bit. He lives in a van I could never live in. I am just amazed that he's been able to do what he does. But he brought up some really interesting points. Chrome did. His dog's Cruise, which is there's been a lot of decline of interest, views, subscribers, income for van life channels. And that's what we want to talk about tonight, which is a community discussion. So we've done a few of these recently, and we want to get your input here on this topic. So some questions I would love for you to answer for the group here is, whom did you follow on YouTube that maybe you're no longer on YouTube at all? Who did you follow? Whom do you still follow? Whom do you still follow? Do you follow van RV travelers, van life only, or do you kind of follow a lot of RV channels in general? I'd be super curious to know that. I personally am only following vans. That's all I have interest in, except for Keep Your Daydream, love Mark and Trish, and the couple, David and Ro in, what the heck's their channel? Fate Unbound. They were early influencers on me, and of course we'll talk about that. So are you following van life channels only? Be super curious about that. And this kind of got me thinking, what is van life? And I wish almost they would drop the word life, because it seems like you're in it to win it, in it for good, and you're in it for life. And I think, what is van travel? Hashtag van travel. I think that would be better. But I was kind of curious what Wikipedia had to say. So let me zoom in here for you. I've highlighted a few things for us to take a look at. So I type in to Wikipedia van life, and it reroutes me to van dwelling or van life. They say it's a lifestyle of living in a vehicle full or part-time, has batteries, solar panels, a bed, some form of toilet, sink and storage space. Makes sense. I like this sentence here. Van dwellers live this lifestyle by choice while seeking freedom, self-sufficiency, and mobility without having to pay for conventional stationary housing. And boys and girls, that is what van life, van travel means to me. I no longer have any real estate. We do have 3 Airbnb properties in Florida that my partner Kyle operates that side of our business, our empire. But for me, that's exactly what this means. Let's keep reading. An idealized version has been popularized through social media. OMG, let's talk about that. And many types of vehicles can be used for permanent mobile living, including buses, varying types, schoolies as they're called, camper vans, recreational vehicles, RVs, travel trailers, even cars. And I've met a number of folks over the years that have been living in cars on purpose, not homeless, like me. I do this on purpose. But what I found a little amusing is this. Let me know if you have fallen into this as well. Various depictions of van dwelling lifestyle are presented on YouTube and Instagram using the hashtag Vanlife, ranging from starkly realistic appraisals to heavily idealistic depictions. And that's, I think, what is kind of got me annoyed over the years. I'm curious if you have fallen into this as well. Here I put a few, I just literally typed in today, van life, and these are the first three screens of hashtag van life. And idealistic at the very least. And I think that this is done van life a disservice. And there's a few things that always stand out for me on Instagram. It usually involves a very attractive lady wearing very little clothing, and she's got this really personalized band as she opens up the rear doors in particular over this glamorous body of water. And I could do this too, but she's really in a parking lot, and it's a pond in a park or something like that, taking her little fancy Instagram stuff. And I think that this is really, in many ways, in my opinion, I may be getting scolded on this, but really giving van travel a disservice. Because living in a van for time traveling, at least, is not all the glamour that it's meant to be. So I think with some of this, people may have fallen into the trap, gotten into it. I'm thinking this is what it's all about, what's on the screen, and they realize it's actually there's a lot more to it than this. So what are your thoughts? Let's talk about that. And then what I want to share with you, then I'm going to scroll through and we'll look at some questions. So we got a big group in here, right? This is awesome. This is an eye chart a little bit, and I apologize. But so what I was, let me back up a second. So what I was curious about, what Chrome of Van City Van Life was talking about, is that the views have gone down. And my best performing videos were always van tours, which is why you see a lot of van tours, because they perform really good. Those equals views, which equals income. Need the income. So I went through 2 years of van videos from the Super Show in Tampa. This is 2021. Let me zoom in here for you. And these performed well, but they're actually well off of the 2019. The 2019 for sure. Did they have one in 20? I can't remember now. And if you can look at the views there, pretty good. But again, well off of the 19 views. And the inset here on the Sequence 20K, I want to call your attention. So there I got the price. That was probably the show price, 80 grand, 79,999. And if you can see this was taken off the General RV site yesterday. That same van basically is, I think the MSRP, it's hard for me to read, is 130 grand. And it's now 110-ish. So a $30,000 price increase on that same van 18 months later. I think this too has caused people to pause on buying vans and the curiosity of van life, because the prices just went skyrocket. Whether it's justified or not, I don't know. Let's look at the views from this last show, and you can see that they're down significantly. And part of that is that they're only 8 months old versus the 18 months old from the other ones. But nonetheless, the only one that really performed well was the Wiggum. Everything else is kind of ho-hum. Again, I read that as waning interest and the pricing being a big part of that, I think. So one more roll here, and then I want to talk about, get your comments on this. So speaking of comments, so this is an eye chart too. And back to Gilbert's question, what keeps me going? So there's been a lot of comments from a lot of new folks I've never seen comment before. And this is just ones I've taken about that video that I posted on Sunday from just this afternoon. And I've highlighted some of the comments in yellow here. And to Gilbert's question, and this is what keeps me doing this, is because it's my passion. And that's what this is about. So here, John saying that true van people, you can read some of the, MJ's comment, please keep doing what you're doing, love the channel. Hope you stick with it. And you can keep reading some of those comments, but overall very positive and not surprising that things have cooled off a bit, which is kind of the whole point. So I'm curious what channels you look at. Here's the ones I have posted on my website. We may have to take Ginger off. She's had her channel shut down for a little while now. Maybe we'll place it with Chrome on Van City Van Life. But even these folks have really slowed in growth significantly. Some of these have bought houses. We're the Russos. I think Jen and Paul have a house now. Keeper Daydream have had a house for some time, although they travel quite a bit. Story Chasing, she's still going. Tiffany's still going. Stranger Palooza, they don't do full time. So on this chart, I think it's just me and Tiffany and maybe Story Chasing that are. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to end the show. It's gonna start pouring down rain. Um, Doing this full time. So let's look at the comments because I'm super curious. We're going to show a couple more things here. So again, the questions are: whom did you follow? Past tense. Whom do you still follow? And you do follow Vanlife only. So let's see what the comments are here. My trackpad is getting wet. Oh, please don't rain on me. Oh God, all my electronics are out here. Okay, let's see if we can get this off screen. What does it say it's going to do? I can't even see the cloud that's offending me. Um, yeah, it's going to start raining pretty good. Oh my gosh. I think it's this cloud right here. It's the problem. Oh, it's raining. I don't have an umbrella. Can I get inside fast? It's going to rain for half an hour. That's the danger of doing outside live YouTube. Well, gosh darn it. Oh, you can really see the rain coming back there. Ooh, it's raining hard. Let's see if I can run for the van. Hold on, folks. Sorry about this. Live YouTube. What can I say? Let's hope my internet keeps going. Uh, Camera got all messed up. What do I need down here? Hold on one second. I'm sorry. We gotta save the booze, right? Let's see where I put that. Hang tight, folks. YouTube Live. What can we say? The beautiful weather. Of course, it rains right now. All right, where were we? Let's see. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scroll through the chat and let's see what your thoughts are on this subject because again, it's a great subject. Um, why not? Ooh, Mac is wet. That's a first, I must say. Never. I didn't check the weather. My fault. Okay. All right, we're back. Thank you for hanging in there. Yeah, got 131 people. Hey, if you're enjoying me run from the rain, give us a thumb up. Appreciate that. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. And all right, so let's see. So what I'm looking for is, yes, Jack, it is super delish. Southeast Idaho, that is so great. Let me know where. Twin Falls, southeast. I think that's more southwest, but yeah, thumbs up. Appreciate that. So looking for. I'm gonna start wearing my glasses to these things. Maybe this is the problem. And let me plug this in quick. All kinds of a mess. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm just curious if gas prices have made an impact on you buying a van or not. Has it been pricing in particular, or what the case might be? So here's more commenting on the YouTube algorithm has changed again. So views changed a bit, but we'll keep. We'll just keep plugging along. At least that's what I've seen from other channels talking about it. Yeah. So the algorithm we have no control over, and it's super irritating when YouTube does a change. Um, and one thing you will not see from me is clickbait stuff. 5 things I hate about my Turbano. I just don't like to go negative, but a lot of other folks do, and I am super annoyed by it because I'm not overly a negative person. Um, and I could have a bigger channel if I did a lot of negative stuff. Um, but I'm here to help inspire dreams, and being negative is probably not going to be do that. Yeah, positive audience always a lot more fun, really, which is great. Here's BJ Travels, Bill Joe, watched for a while. Great vids, thinking of getting a van embassy. Yeah, give them let them know you found out about from Scott, and check them out. I'm working on the van tour that Sherry and I did, so that's coming your way. So watch for that. Um, so here's Deborah. FYI, you're not alone. So many YouTubers are complaining about algorithms. Keep going. You're the one of the ones that doesn't sell your soul or clickbait. Just saying. Yeah, I was going to talk about that. And I got I got everything going. I don't got no hot babe. I got no chill dog, right? And it's so funny. And I just love to give tips, and we're going to be doing living on places. And so Kim here is saying, I've noticed different YouTube channels have started diversifying their income streams, trying to do the same thing. And it's been interesting to see what that looks like. So, Deborah, oh no, my thing's outside. Ring, ring, ring in the jingle jar. Oh no, it's outside. It's raining pretty good. Or actually, did it stop? That was a pretty good little downpour. Well, I won't make you suffer through that. Thank you. I appreciate that, Deborah. A great deal. Thank you for that. Yeah, I've been kind of nursing this. It's really very good. I've never had Elijah Craig before, and we should do Libation Life here in a minute. So Denim Rue asked a good question. How can we help? Is it giving thumbs up or actually watching? Thumbs up helps. Commenting helps. Watching the ads help a lot. I know they're super annoying. If you hate ads like I do, then just subscribe to YouTube. Spend your $12 or $13, $14 a month, and all the ads go away, and I get a little teensy slice of that, and that probably helps all the YouTubers. Again, it's a tremendous amount of work for every 10 minutes you see on YouTube. From my experience, and I've talked to others, Russo's and other really big channels, it's about 5 hours for every 10 minutes that you watch on YouTube. And if I just hired an editing team, they're pretty expensive. I'm trying to get them over the learning curve. So watching, commenting, interacting, watching the ads, or subscribe to YouTube makes a huge difference. I appreciate the question there. And here's Stephen. My jingle jar is outside. I'm so apologetic. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Stephen. Really do appreciate that. That's super, super helpful. And this is actually kind of one reason to diversify the income. To the point is the view revenue. And I only monetized my channel maybe just less than 2 years ago, and these super stickers and such make a giant difference. And YouTube, by the way, keeps 30% of it. So I appreciate every dollar. Literally, it all means a lot to me, and it helps drive me forward. Here's Esther. She's going to the Hershey show. We're going to be there on Thursday and Friday. So we got our meetup on Saturday, I think we said. So here's Mason Mike. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. My jingle jar is outside in the rain. And what are you going to meet with Chrome? Don't ever stop your awesome content. Only get stronger. Keep being real. You have one of the best audiences. Boy, I totally agree with you on that. And a number of folks have really, in the comments, said that a lot of the big channels, every video is sponsored by, so it's a big advertisement. And I really don't want to go down that route at all, because it just, I don't know, that's not the way I want to roll. So thank you, sir. I really do appreciate that. Love to meet Chrome and Cruz. I'm in Detroit, basically, which is just across the river, literally from Canada. So maybe if he's in the area. So here's Matt. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate the donation, sir. Seriously. Matthew, heading to Sunshine State next week. Pick up his American coach. Patriot Freedom next week. Thanks for the inspiration, Scott. You're welcome. Matthew, say hi to Nick and the team there. It's just a great group. Just a class act. And all they focus on is class Bs, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Catmandu, whatever happened to Wingham? I thought they'd be on the interview list. Yeah, they've really gone dark on me. I don't know what the situation is. I'm assuming going to be at the Hershey show. I've sent him a few emails. I need to call him. I think I got the one guy's phone number to see what happened, but they were definitely going to be on the list, and so I would love to have them on. They would just be such a great lift for the channel, right? Um, let's see. Oh, here's Rita, first time in. Thank you, Rita, for being here. Appreciate that. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday. Livermore, California. Hope you're having fun. Fun. Okay, a couple more things here. Then we'll switch gears. So I want to share this with you. We'll keep talking about this YouTube thing. Again, I'm curious, what channels did you see, you used to follow? What ones do you still follow? And are you doing van life only? So we were talking about Chrome up in Canada. This is his. I'm going to show you some things that's really, I would say, not this guy. This guy's pretty cool, but some other stuff that irks me. So this is Van City Van Life. This is his website. And here's what it looks like on his website. I'll zoom in for you. And pretty good website. A lot of sponsor stuff on there. And this, if you look at his YouTube channel, so we've got these members. So you pay him and you get stuff. You got perks. This is just one of the things. I just got a huge channel. He's got 50,000 almost subscribers. So 10 times the size of mine. The guy puts out like 6 videos a week. He's a maniac. But when he did this same topic, is life, it's been seen over 4,000 times. Times the audience line coming in at, I think it's been seen 4,000 times. Well, 10 times that'd be 40,000. But kind of statistic. Again, whom did you follow? Whom do you still follow? Are you doing van life and travel stuff only? Let's look at these guys. These guys were hugely inspirational to me. Amen and Beck. They're out of Canada as well. Subscribers. It's been about a year, almost 2 years. They make some net. 1.1 million subscribers. This is their website. I got another picture here. They're all about cabin life now. Cabin life. And they got a huge merchandise business. They sponsored in every video. But if you scroll down, they are still promoting themselves as Van Life. And this is where I get a little annoyed. If you go to their YouTube channel, this is what it looks like. Cabin not prevalent. The van is. That's from like a couple of years ago. And if you scroll down on their channel, all the uploads are about their cabin remodeling. And she's had some health issues here. Those are things I just choose not to get into as personal stuff. This is not a reality show. So some people go down this path and they get really hooked on these personalities. I'm just not going down that path. Here's another channel that still is Trent and Alley, was huge fans of these guys. Let me zoom in here for you. You go to their webpage, this is what it looks like. They've been building a house for about a year and a half now. They've not been in a van for a long time. They got 500,000 subscribers, 543 videos. This is what their YouTube channel looks like. Again, the van is prevalent, but their content's all about this house build, getting married, getting pregnant. I get it, but that's not the stuff I'm doing. So maybe I get punished by the algorithm because I'm sticking to my form, tried and true, and that's what I wanted to kind of share with you tonight. Is these next couple of things. So, van travel is my passion. When I got this thing rolling, it was all about traveling in the van. I want to be full time in the van. It wasn't about living in a van. I've actually stopped saying that. What I talk about now is I'm a full time traveler, and people are like, "Whoa, that's so crazy." That means you live in the van? I travel in the van. Pretty much nobody wants to live in a van. Although I do. I showered and shaved in my Travado just before the show tonight. It's so amazing. But I'm a full-time traveler, and a lot of people would love to do much more travel than they do. And you always ask somebody, if you won the lottery today, what would you do? Travel's probably top of the list. After paying off family, paying off debts, travel will be the next thing, right? This is my chosen lifestyle and my chosen income source. I quit my corporate job last year. This is the only way I make money, is by traveling, sharing, working with my 2 brand partners, Volta and Embassy. And that's how I got no retirement income at all. I'm not taking any options from 401ks, nothing like that. So this I'm very serious about. And why? Gilbert asked a good question. Because my legacy is you. I'm serious as a hard time about that. I hope I don't get choked up. Because it's when I meet you in person, like Dan right next door, um, my legacy is you and helping you achieve your travel dreams, whether you're a full-time traveler, part-time taking cool trips. And I cannot tell you how important it was for me to spend a 4 or 5 days with the Russos, my true heroes in the RV community, and hang out with them because they helped get this whole thing spun up. So I'm very serious about this, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm doubling down on YouTube, doing more work for Volta, more work for Embassy, and more work for you. So we'll keep talking about this, but let's kind of look at some of the comments here. And I just appreciate each and every one of you being here. So let's look at this really fast. Yeah, let's do libation. Should we do libation live? It's been a week, boys and girls, and my back is finally healed up. I pulled a back muscle. Try van dwelling with a pulled lower back muscle. Oh my God, that is not fun. It was just better yesterday. Today, my problem is it gets better, and then I actually go work out, and then make it worse. So tomorrow will be a workout. So I'm feeling pretty cheeky today. All right, so let's do libation live, and let me get through some of this here. And here we go. so if you're new to the program, again, thanks for watching the replay. Thanks for watching live. Where this comes from, libation live, is there's so many great tastes from the road. Food, beverage, craft wine, craft beer, craft distillery, spirits, whiskey, bourbon is something I discovered through van travel, along with country western music. And that was kind of where this comes from. And Traveling Robert in his Winnebago towable has an IPA, a local IPA, every time he does his YouTube live on Fridays. So that's where this comes from. So what we're experimenting with tonight is Elijah Craig. And I just want to most amazing. So let me zoom in here for you, and we'll pour. So this is their, and I've not been here yet, but I am not going to miss this when I get back to Kentucky. This is their visitor center. Elijah Craig apparently was the first guy. He's the father of bourbon, known as the father of bourbon, because he was the first to char oak barrels, and that was just the beginning. Spare the many expressions of Elijah Craig. And if you know much about, a lot of the flavor and some of the hangover comes from the leaching of that charred wood from the oak. That's what makes it brown. Otherwise, it'd basically be vodka. And that's where all the magic of the chemistry comes from. So let's pour just a little bit. I did sample this over the last couple of weeks, and this is rye. I don't know if you can see that. And this is just so, it's got a little spicy to it, but it's so delicious. This is 94 proof, and they're just outside of Louisville, about an hour. It says spicy rye, perfectly balanced. It is really delish. Some of you are not drinkers, I get it. But here's what they have to say about it. First, extra aged Kentucky straight white whiskey, award-winning family of bourbons. Spicy, red grain, sweet corn, a couple of steadfast attention to detail. It's really, really yummy, and it's just been one of the great discoveries. And one reason I keep rolling forward is just so many more discoveries to talk about. So, well, big group tonight. So that's Libation Live. So cheers to you. Thank you for your continued support, because truly you drive me through even downturns. And I think van life van travel is here to stay. It might be going through a little bit of a downturn. I've been talking with some of the general RV folks, and while there's some price pressure, demand is very strong, and while the phone's not ringing, those that are coming in are very curious about getting in their van and moving down the road. So let's look at a few more questions here. Then we'll talk about the song of the week. Sorry for that rain squall. That kind of got me out of my cool lake view. let's see, looking for. So Rita's saying she follows Curtin Snow and the Vandersons. Um, and so Larry's like, I did my thumb up. Thank you, Larry. I like watching Van City, Van Life, Chrome Cruise, and Van Cat Lady. I spend so much time on my own stuff. I don't watch what others are doing. Um, so this is very helpful to me. So Kathy had a visit here. Haven't seen friends for nearly 40 years. Showed up in her KL. Big surprise. We have twin vans. The only difference is hers is a National Park Edition. That's pretty cool. 40 years. Uh, Fantastic. They're out of Europe, right, Roman? I think. I do watch them occasionally. So here's BJ Travelers, YouTube only you, Scott, and other van people only. Yeah, that's just kind of the way I think it rolls because that's where your passion is too, right? So here's Mason Mike. I used to follow Kevin Wake Up, and he's been MIA for over a month. Oh, really? That's interesting. Out of his van for a year. And of course, you and Chrome Vents do Van Life. Yeah, he did Van Life for about like 8 months, and he went from 20,000 to 80,000. I just have never had an explosion of viewers. I just wonder if I'm jinxed somehow. But nonetheless, he and I made a cool collab video, which is great. He's a pretty cool cat. Hung out with him a little bit. So Mark is saying here, wasn't able to get a photo, but General RV near Tampa has probably 50 vans on the lot, and they've been there for a while. Yeah, the vans are pretty flush right now. I think the craft builder is going to be just fine. They never were high volume to start with, but the high volume Winnebagos and what have you are I think they're probably slow in production, which probably is not a bad thing to keep demand and balance. So Diane Dane here says, Diane, no, I follow some folks who travel in trailers to KYID. Yeah, Mark and Tricia, I've met them. They are just the most awesome people. So here's Fancy Van Life, Cat Lady Van, and you, Scott. Thanks, Doris. Appreciate that. I hope Mary Garon follows SUV, RV, and van stuff. Okay. Hey, Mary, what's up? A few more here. I just bought a new van, so my van life is just beginning. For me, it will be extended vacations. Yes, van travel for me, not giving up the home life. Oh, Road Trek Zion SRT. Very nice van. Congratulations, sir. Or ma'am. Road Trek makes a pretty compelling van. So I can't do. I refer to wood decks on the roof of the van as poser planks. Yeah, that was kind of funny that I actually took quite a few scrolls on Instagram to get somebody standing on their van, which is what is always in a YouTube or an Instagram feed. So here's Tess. Watch all the Van Life channels because I'm planning on buying a van in the near future. This is something I've been working towards for 3 years. Congratulations. So Frank and Sharon watching van-oriented vans. They keep changing, like Iron Irene, who now are on a trailer. Interesting. So here's Sherry. Still watch Go Small, Live Large, Van City, Van Life, RV Miles. That's a grid channel too. Creativity Art RV, somewhat regular. That is, what is her name? All I can think of is Amber, which is Story Chasing. She's been through a lot of rigs. Maybe that's why I'm kind of stale to a lot of folks. I have the same rig. I don't know. Travel interests me more than. It's kind of funny, and I've heard this from a number of you that have vans, that if up until you get your van, and van tours are really important, then you get your van, then you want to know where in the heck to take your van, and that's what I've got to get my butt gear on. Gilbert, this is the only RV channel I support financially, though I do have interest in travel in general, focus on viewing, typical van-centric. I just like clickbait, and Scott is not that at all. Appreciate that, Gilbert. Thank you for your support. Really do appreciate that. Here's Frisco T. I told my daughter I want to make a video like this Instagram one, but then we get to the part of the gorgeous views, and it's a Walmart parking lot. It happens a lot. Beyond the Fern, who's got an amazing Beyond, which is great. Kathmandu, how many times have you taken a selfie looking out the rear of the van at sunset with arms outstretched? I've taken some pretty amazing selfies, even at this place. The rain has stopped. It has amazing sunsets. So the sun is setting to the west here. Um, it's pretty amazing. So here's Kim. I like all kinds of videos. 3/4 of my YouTube channels are RV, van life. Everything else I'm interested in is in the rest, mostly jewelry making, beach. Oh, that's interesting. Good for you. Uh, Here's Deborah. The Russos, RV Lifestyle, Mike and Jen, and then RV Lifestyle, and we're the Russos, Kate and Joe. Um, they were 6-time year full-time travelers, 6 years. They had a variety of vehicles. Now they have a house, so that they're back in a storyteller transit-based van, part-time. And if you saw Mike and Jennifer's RV Lifestyle YouTube live this last Sunday, they come out at 7 p.m. Eastern. I actually asked them the question about declining views and what have you around van life in particular. They had a really long answer, and I did not realize they've been doing this for 11 years. They're a really sizable channel. They have an empire, and I expect to meet them at the Hershey show. I've met them a few times, but they meet a gazillion people, so they don't remember me, but they will, because I've been on their stuff. If you're not following any of these folks we're talking about, I recommend all these that we've talked about, so including Chad and Paul. They're a storyteller. Great guys. Met them in person several times too. Quite a few hardly do videos anymore than Paul 30 to wake up. Yeah, it just takes a lot of time, and sharing on YouTube live and just kind of talking and answering. I put a lot of time into the content. It takes about a day to put this content together, because I don't want to be just a talking head. I want to be educating and a little bit of entertaining. So that's a role. So Kathy says, "You're the only van person I follow. I can't identify with the shiny van life people. You're the real deal." I sure appreciate that. I try to be. I try not to complain, although I sometimes complain. So Rhea says, I was van tours of commercial builds to help decide. I watch van tours of commercial builds to help decide what to buy first time here. Yes, thank you again for joining us tonight, Reed. I really appreciate that. And that's a great way to start. I would certainly encourage you to visit some dealers in your area. I would encourage you to figure out why do you want an RV, which determines an RV floor plan enables your why, and then how RV systems is part of that what. So I would kind of start with that, and like this van is just the most amazing thing for me. He says, I learned so much from your channel, haven't bought yet. That's what keeps me going, so thank you, Reed. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is a good point. I hadn't really thought about this, Deborah. Do you think the waning pandemic is also playing a big part? People have returned to more normal everyday life. I think so for sure. And, we go to concerts, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. And I think that's part of it, right? And that's a big part of it, for sure. Wednesday night is whiskey night and shower night. Thank you, Kathmandu. Yeah, until you shower in your van, it's just and shave experience. I have to shower in my van when I'm in a campground because I got the resources available. And my shower is way better than the campground shower. Yeah, Giver's got a great point. Great group of people on this channel, and it was watching this content that compelled me to finally take the plunge and go for it. So I do have an amazing audience. It's been so loyal and so supportive, and I just thank each and every one of you. I'm going to get choked up again if I keep thinking about it. So cheers to the channel and each and every one of you. You are each truly my legacy here, Sherry. Yeah. And you all are now kind of getting together on your own, which is just so great. While we're clear back at the run for the keep dry, I'm way behind on this. Yeah, Mason Mike, we did a comparison on the two floor plans. My floor plan is vastly different than his, and doing a 30,000. Yeah, that was actually his idea. We're parked side by side in this cool town, Wilcox with 2 L's, Arizona, and we had the best weekend with Mary go around. And he's like, "Why don't we do a thing?" I'm like, "You are the genius in the group. I'm the YouTube guy. Why didn't I think of that?" So we did, and it's been great. The Russos, Chad and Paul, Brian and his wife, Living RV, our Vision. Oh, that's cool. I'm not familiar with those guys. So yeah, hit all these up. We'll see if we can update my webpage. I'm not familiar with many of these folks. Van Caskey, Brian says. I'm not. So he's followed Mariah Alice, Mandy Taylor, the Van Caskeys, and Anna Uncharted. Stopped following Paul and Chad. Um, I'm not familiar with other than Paul and Chad. Here's Jerry. We've had him on the show. He's a big RV book author. Jerry, how many books you got out there so far? Um, I think I still have like 8 in my van. Let's see. Yeah, I got to do more of the interesting things. It's just something and now the van views have kind of tapered off. Maybe places to take your van. So camper van travel guides, working really hard on these, trying to find out the best way to record those and get them out to you. Um, he's got a good question here. What would you do if you didn't continue your channel? If you're thinking about doing a wonderful job, I think you're doing a wonderful job with the content. Enjoy your What's Up Wednesday and van tours you have done. I'd probably be a truck driver. I have zero interest in going back to corporate America. Did that for 30 years, and I'm just not interested. There's no way I would go back and do what I did. Um, Truck driving, just being on the road, to me is really amazing. And if I could get into a gig where I'd have a big 350 Ford dually wheels and pull travel trailers to dealers, those pay really good. That's why I have $1,000 delivery charge, because somebody's getting paid good to haul that trailer. Oftentimes they're pulled behind um, a big pickup truck, one at a time. So we might go a few minutes over. Yeah, wow, I'm really behind on this. You guys are doing great. Let's see if I can. Jerry's saying 20 books. Holy cow, that's great. Um, so Samantha, Scott the van is perfect for you, but it is, uh, but is it because you do have a house to go back from time to time, like home base? What would your experience be the same if you had no home base? Um, no, actually, it wouldn't. I am perfectly happy not to have any real estate associated with my name. I have those houses as a means to an end on Airbnb income. Now, Kyle thinks probably very differently about that. I would love to have some home bases, some acreage, and a pole barn, or I can drive my van in. I like to have 3 of them, kind of west, central, and east U.S., and make a van camp. So camping spots, I got some ideas on that, and but I have no problem not having a home. And even if I didn't have to go back to Florida to see some family around the holidays, it wouldn't bother me at all, to be honest. Um, just doesn't, I just have no interest, um, which is what makes me kind of weird, right? Uh, okay, so now I kind of skipped forward. All right, so a few more things here. Cocktail time. Yes, cheers, everybody. Hmm. Seriously, if you're a bourbon whiskey drinker, you gotta try this. Elijah Craig, the first guy to char an oak barrel. And what was whiskey before a charred oak barrel? I guess that's where it always came from. He was the first guy, I guess they all drank moonshine, right? I don't know. Holy cow. So Wings and Wheels Alaska, thank you. Um, editing Sunday best, so we thought we could pop in and support the show. Bella's doing well. Wings, I'm not familiar with. Should I be? That might be new information. Right here. Thanks to know you were here. Yeah, thanks for the shout out. Can't wait to see the new pup enjoying. Yeah, I watched a few stuff. Kind of crazy. So Lori's saying you have been the most influential YouTuber so far. It's your passion for it that got me hooked. I just have to wait for the prices to drop. I don't think we have to wait too long. Come up. Okay, we're gonna chat for a few more minutes. Got raindrops. I'm happy to say my list. Thank you very much. No. This one is filled up. It's Wednesday. Yesterday I was the only van. I'm usually internet holding up. Maybe I have to stop early. And do you think even less RVs at campgrounds Labor Day? Maybe campgrounds are good. Wow, that's just so. What I typically do is do harvest host or even street camp on weekends. In fact, here at this KOA, there's a surcharge for the campground. It's $50, and I get 10% off that, so it's $45 for me as a KOA member on the rewards program. $70, boys and girls, for the weekend, Friday and Saturday night, and that's surge pricing. So a lot of tent campers tonight. All right, let me share this with you, and I'll keep going. There's some good stuff. We got a few folks dropping off that line. We normally go for an hour. So Steven's saying, 30 wake up. Now you, Russo's, a lot of general RV channels for travel ideas. Yeah, mine's going to be specific to camper van travel guides. That's where I think my niche is going to be. You, where to eat. I think that's the thing. Where to park, where to get Wi-Fi. So I'm working really hard on this. Roman's saying people are fickle. They need to that endorphin hit a few minutes at a time. TikTok, Instagram, proof of that. Yeah, keeping it real always will suffer views. Yeah, unless one includes a lot of personal. Not do. That's just not the deal. Do a song of the week or a movie of the week. Come on, here we go. So this is we've had on here these record players, and this is the music app. My song of the week for you, if you haven't heard of this, is No Shirt, No Problem. Kenny Chesney. He has had 40 top 10 singles, 30 million albums sold, and he came out of Knoxville, Tennessee, a place where he sang very early in his career. He's 3 years older than me. He's 60. And what's pretty cool is I got to see him in concert in Detroit on Saturday night. And this is the Ford Field, and that stadium was packed. I am not kidding. It was a rock concert. This gives you a sense of the crowd. And what was cool about it is I got to street camp in my friend's driveway. One of the beauties of a van is you get to stay anywhere. And that's what I did. And then that night they drove the car and we watched the concert together, him and his wife, and then overnighted in his driveway. We had coffee and chats in the morning. It was so great. Kenny Chesney. I'm way more into Elvis these days, I must say. Kenny Chesney was a great concert, though. Really, really cool overall. So if you haven't heard that song, spin that up on your music source of choice. And No Shoes, No Shirt, No Problem, a great song. That's my recommendation for it. All right, let's kind of round this out. We'll try and get a few more questions in here. And let's see, we've got Larry's super chat. Appreciate that again. And here's Donna. Thank you for all the hard work you do. Donna, thank you for that. Really do appreciate that. You get a jingle in the jar. It's out there. Appreciate that. So here's James. Welcome to the program. New to van travel. Have a 59GL or a 59G out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona. What a great town that is, where the original London Bridge was disassembled out of London and re-established in Havasu City. So you can actually see the real London Bridge in Lake Havasu. And I've been at Needles, California, which is across the lake in the Arizona or the California desert there. So here's Charlie working on the barn dominium concept in Alabama right now. It's the best of both worlds. Yeah, that to me is actually pretty compelling. So that's kind of on our idea list, which is pretty great. Just so great to have Jerry Minchie in the crowd tonight. This is so great. Some familiar faces. Okay, scanning for a few more things. Let me see. One more here. Yeah, Kim is saying, I love your current content, but also love to see more detail of where you travel. I would love to see you exploring the cities that you visit. And that's on me. So maybe this is just a good transition for me because van tours aren't doing as well. performance-wise. We got a lot queued up, but I recorded no van tours at General RV the last couple of times I've been there working with Volta. I did do a Gretsch. Somebody had asked for a Gretsch video, so we do have that coming up. But maybe this opportunity, and not just, again, showing me eating, but showing you where to eat, have a cocktail, get some Wi-Fi, where to stay, even where to park downtown in the shade. That's how detailed I'm going to be on these. So trying to work out the format and get my editing team spun up on it. So I promise you that is coming. Route 66 is coming. I am never worked more hard, never been more fulfilled, and it's because each and every one of you have just keep driving me forward. So we'll call it a wrap night. I don't want my internet to fail. And just thank you for each and every one of you. Look forward to seeing some of you in person here just very shortly. And join us Sunday. Embassy RV is going to do a reveal of a brand new color scheme on the outside, on the inside of one of their Dolphin floor plans. So don't miss us. Don't miss that live this Saturday, 3 p.m. Central Time. And no shoes, no shirt, yeah, it's just so great. What is my topic for next week? That's a good question, Steve. I don't know. I'm going to invite somebody to come on and talk about their van experience. That's kind of my what I'm hoping to do for next week. So we'll see how that plays out. But I need to get a little more organized. All right, folks. With that, we say thank you for watching and thumb up. We'll see you next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central. And until then, we wish you to journey on. Peace be with you. And thank you again for all your support. You are my legacy, and I am true to that. And just want to help you achieve your dreams. That's what we do here.